Welcome to a new feature we have on MLS Soccer this week, Borg's Breakdown. Simon's going to take a look at trends and tactics from MLS over the weekend. This week's is the anatomy of an upset. The New England Revolution surprised everyone with a 2-0 victory over the LA Galaxy. Simon, how did they do it?
Jason, when you take into consideration the previous weekend where the Galaxy had their best performance of the year against Seattle and New England had the worst performance possibly of any MLS team this year, losing 5-0 at Salt Lake. This was, to me, the best team in MLS against the worst. But what goes to show you is a few tactical adjustments and it evened the playing field in this game. What the Revolution decided to do in this game, and Steve Nicol was brilliant for doing this, is they did not even attempt to do the cute stuff in the midfield where they're touching the ball and trying to move and attack forward. They went route one soccer, and it worked. So time and time again, every time there was a dead ball in their own half, they would let Shalrie Joseph join into the attack, and they sent ball after ball towards him. He would head it down or nick it forward, and they were doing a better job as the game progressed of getting that secondary ball and maintaining an attack in the Galaxy half and creating something, making good things happen, essentially. So that was a key move, and it eliminated the midfield battle, which the Galaxy depend on.
And Shalrie Joseph wasn't the only target. Saint Ignasi played a big part in this game.
Yeah, he was their other weapon, and where they didn't have the luxury of waiting for this setup where they would send it to Shalrie Joseph, they would look for Ignasi a lot, springing him up top, and also feeding him the ball and letting him create something, because he would do a good job. If he didn't find space on the wing, he would converge towards the center to look for a foul, and that is where the first free kick that Perovic had actually a second bite at, that's where that originated with a Ignasi run into the center.
So this plan by New England was really to take advantage of a few things about the Galaxy. One, no Landon Donovan and no Omar Gonzalez. You have Shalrie Joseph in the back, now taking advantage of the Gonzalez-less backline of LA. And LA, without Donovan, their main method of attack is counterattacking. Yeah. So bypassing the midfield, Simon, what did that do?
Yeah, Bruce Arena, his midfield is a hardworking midfield that loved to defend, win the ball, cause turnovers, and then launch the attack immediately. Launch Bowen into the attack. And they sprung him maybe once or twice, but nothing ever dangerous. And the Revs did a great job keeping the Galaxy in front of them. But the Galaxy never had a chance to cause too many of these turnovers, and they had to settle for long-distance shots. And you're right, Omar Gonzalez in the back may have won a few balls away from Shalrie Joseph and maybe caused that tactic to be less effective for Steve Nicol. But clearly, without Donovan in the midfield, it exposed Juninho, and the Galaxy were not able to pass the ball, especially when they were down, and create attacks the way other teams maybe are able to.
Well, we've talked about that before. The Galaxy is a counterattacking team. They're not one made, especially without Landon Donovan, to push forward to get a goal once they're down.
And they've only been down in one other game, and only for a few minutes, against Salt Lake. Mm-hmm. So that was our big question when we were analyzing that undefeated stretch they went on, is, okay, but this team has not showed us what they can do, has not shown us what they can do when they are down a goal. And for the first time, they give up 2 goals in a game against New England.
So let me ask you, Simon, is this something other teams can use to beat the Galaxy?
I think this will be more of a one-off, because I think other teams maybe feel more comfortable with their midfielders to be able to possess the ball and play through the Galaxy midfield. So I think maybe this is a one-off with a Revolution team that realized after the Salt Lake game they don't have it right now to be able to combine in midfield and really possess the ball for long stretches. Against Salt Lake, it did not work. So their route one soccer, I think, worked for them in this game.
So there you have it, the anatomy of an upset. Now LA only has a 6-point lead over Real Salt Lake in the West. That's all we have for this week's Borg's Breakdown.